good morning, good people. Today is Friday, June 21st, 2024. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning. My name is Edward Bevilacqua. We are here in sunny Pahrump or Pahrumpertucky, if you choose that. Let's see, what's the weather going to be like today? Oops, dang it. Well, it's currently 70 and the high is going to be 102. So it's going to be a hot one, probably 130 inside your car if you leave it in the parking lot. Not a good plan, but necessary. Okay, so here we are, day 5, week 1 in our neuroscience-oriented approach to success. Today we're going to be talking about Viktor Frankl and the pursuit of happiness. Hooray, hoo-yah, everyone. So let's see. What is our goal? Our goal here at Department of Career Services is to help our students on their journey through life, to learn the tools they need and how to use the tools. So, the old, if you give them a fish, you feed them for a day. If you teach them to fish, you feed them for life. Good morning, Wadabevi. And good morning, Matticus von Atticus. So this is the first. Matt is number 1 guy here today. And Matt, I would suggest you come to the wraparound, but you don't need to spread the word with the other people over there. This is really not for them. This is the homeless wraparound. And this would be a thing for you to go to and to wear your shirt. Right. This is Friday. Everyone, we wear our tie-dye uniform shirts. So, anyway, here we are. Viktor Frankl, Pursuit of Happiness. Oh, yeah. So I was saying the metaphor of if you give them a fish, you feed them for a day. If you teach them to fish, you feed them for life. The event is at 10 o'clock. We'll talk more about that in a second. However, knowing how to fish is not enough. I know how to fish. The question is, do you know where to fish? And then the next thing is, what do you do with the fish once you get it? So it's not enough just to know how to fish. You need to know where to fish, and along those lines, when to fish, and what to do with the fish when you get it. So for me, fishing is basically you catch the fish, you pull out the hook, and you throw it back in the water. That's not really a good plan, okay? If somebody said, okay, clean the fish. What? I don't know what to do. I mean, conceptually, I know you got to gut it, but I don't know how to do that, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Would it take me long? No, about 10 minutes to watch somebody who knew what they're doing, do it, and then move on. So our goal here at Department of Career Services is to help you know what the tools are and how to use the tools, et cetera. When to use them, where to use them, et cetera. That is our goal. And how to cook the fish, right? Well, you might, that's part of what to do with it when you get it. So maybe you just want to smoke it. Maybe you want to sell it. A lot of things to do with the fish. My suggestion is fish, right? Because then you have, or trade the fish. Then you have something else of value. And that's kind of how it works. And that's our goal here. And we do it through a 4-week rotating curriculum. So a couple other things. Again, today is the wraparound, the Orphans and Widows wraparound. This is T-shirt day, people. So we've got the wraparound today, and wear your T-shirts. We will have a table there, and we have a banner. Oh, yes. So let's see, Matt. I seem to remember seeing some cable ties in your car. You probably use that for the bumper. Would you please bring some of those cable ties. With us, with you, I need about 8 cable ties because we have a banner that we're going to attach out at Pratt. Okay, good. Perfect. Great. Super. Wonderful. All right, what else we got going? So today's meme, why can't happiness be pursued? What? So you might remember a movie called The Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith. Maybe 20 years old now. I'm not sure. Matt had a rough night. Maybe you need to talk to your therapist. We watched that in IOP, Pursuit of Happiness. Okay, so the Viktor Frankl approach is this is really dumb from a Viktor Frankl perspective. Why? Because happiness cannot be pursued. What? Lucy, what? What does that mean? It can't be pursued. Well, the pursuit of something means there's an object that you're pursuing, right? An object that can be pursued. You can't one day chase after it, look for, so is it here? Is it there? Where's happiness? And then, aha, I found happiness. So in today's video, they talk about it as if it's somewhere hidden in your house and you're looking for it. And you find, aha, there's happiness. And the statement is, no, happiness cannot be pursued. Then what? It has to be cultivated. Cultivated. So pursuit means it's there, you're trying to get it. Cultivated is what? You have it emerge, it come forth. You bring it forth into the world. So he's saying, so Viktor Frankl says happiness cannot be pursued. It can only be cultivated. And that's one big thought from today's video. The second thought is that we can't control the circumstances, but we can control how we choose to react to them. And that's a very Stoic type of thing. The first premise, there are things I can control and things I cannot control. I don't let the things I can't control bother me because I can't control them. So why get upset about things I can't control? Okay, so Matt says he'd rather be poor and happy rather than rich and miserable. Correct, but it's not binary. And so I think that goes along with the idea of pursuit. I can have this or I can have that. No, the idea, Viktor Frankl's point is it's not this or this, it's do you want to cultivate happiness? Do you want to bring it forth? And you do that. Maticus von Atticus, you kind of cultivate happiness by going to your jiu-jitsu. You cultivate happiness by getting your license and having a car and driving people around. You cultivate happiness by your weapons thing. That's how you cultivate happiness, by doing things, not so much by thinking about doing things, but by actually doing things. That's how you can cultivate happiness. Let's see, what else? What we got here on the hit parade? So let's see if I have any final thoughts. Okay, well, we're also going to be watching The Gray one of these 2 days. Tomorrow is G School, tomorrow on Sunday or G School. And we're going to see that along the lines of the pursuit of happiness, we don't ask what is the meaning of life, right? If you're cultivating happiness, if you're cultivating that stuff, you don't ask what is the meaning of life, right? So Viktor Frankl does the Larry David flip, and he says that life asks us, what is the meaning of your life? And we have to answer that question. So tomorrow in G School, we'll be going down that path. Where imagine that there are the creators of the universe that started this whole thing going, this evolution to where we are today, to being people that the creator is inside all things, creator/s. Creators are inside all things, hyper vicariously experiencing what the creation does. Okay, so one could say we have the gift of life. Okay, the creator, we have the gift of life, and what do we do with that gift? Well, we get to do what we want, i.e., cultivate happiness, cultivate something. And the creator experiences that through us, hyper vicariously. So those who do more would be presumably rewarded by more. And that fits into cultivating happiness. We have this gift of life. What are you going to do with this gift? Are you going to use it, or are you going to abuse it? Are you going to reciprocate? Okay, you gave me this life. I'm going to reciprocate by doing something with it that has meaning. So the creator says, here's your life. Tell me, show me the meaning of your life. Show me what you can do with this great gift I've given you. And then Jesus comes along and says, here's the two things you need to do. Love the creator with all your heart and mind and soul, and love one another as I have loved you. You do those two things, you will become one with the creator and I, because the creator and I are one. The Father and I are one. You can be one with us, etc., etc. So getting ready also for, let's see, we've got the mission today, sign up women for the Christian home. Number 1, boom. Number 2 is to what? Oh, I've got class starting next Wednesday, my new class. Textbook number 1, Tattoos on the Heart, Greg Boyle. Homeboy Industries, should be interesting. Okay, so we're 12 minutes in. How is everyone doing? Wadabevi, how are you? Did you cry when you watched The Pursuit of Happiness? Or did you think it was dumb, like the author of today's video? I laughed. Okay, blessed. You feel blessed, not blasted. Blessed, not blast. You on blast or you on blessed? That could be a new t-shirt. I'm on blessed. Don't be on blast, be on blessed. Okay, so you laughed through The Pursuit of Happiness because you got that it's vanity. All is vanity. I'm on blessed. Okay, Sophie's on blessed. She's not on blast, she's on blessed. Getting ready for her next sojourn to Florida. What if Maticus von Atticus went to Florida, went to Jacksonville? Was a jiu-jitsu trainer down there and gun instructor. All right, let's quickly go to Seth Godin. He's got a short one today. The Western Union Trap. When the telephone began to gain traction, the monopoly of the time, Western Union, decided to get even better at sending telegrams. Right. People become entrenched. So that's kind of what's happening here. Are the churches here are becoming entrenched. They don't get we are appealing to a different person. We're not preaching to the choir. We're not trying to change the minds of the people already going to church. We're trying to get the people who are non-believers to become believers. And it should be apparent that the language used to try to get people to become believers today is not resonating. They're not hearing it. And some of their own flock are leaving, not some. Well, maybe some of that flock is leaving, but in general, the number of sheep in the flock is greatly diminishing. People are becoming less religious, even though you might have people in a church. That church is becoming more religious, or a subset of that church is becoming more religious. I'm more on fire with God than I have ever been. But if you step outside and look around, it's becoming more secular. More people go to dinner at Carmelo's restaurant than go to the typical non-denominational church here in Peru. And that ain't saying a lot. Okay, we're talking hundreds of people, or maybe a couple hundred people a week go to Carmelo's for dinner, which is good. It's not bad, that's good. A couple hundred people a week go to Carmelo's for dinner. A couple hundred people might go to the local Pentecostal, non-denominational church. And those people convince themselves that there's a revival happening. Well, yes, in your soul, but in general, it's going the opposite direction according to studies of people and organizations that are interested in what's actually happening. So the language that's currently being used is not working. Just like 2,000 years ago, the Pharisees and Sadducees, the established people, were those persecuting Jesus the most. They didn't want to hear the new message. They were preaching to the choir when somebody else came along, preaching to a different subset of people who could have been in the choir. They didn't like it, and they saw the writing was on the proverbial wall, the wall of the cave. Okay, but we're going to wrap it up now. 17 minutes in. Got to do the Peloton. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. Going to try yoga, Peloton yoga, everyone. Okay, so with that, Wadabevi, we didn't finish our call yesterday. I've had enough of humility for one lifetime. I wonder if Matt's trying to say humidity. I've had enough humidity for one lifetime. Oh, okay, people, glad you're here. It's the three of us, the dynamic duo, and me, and Cut.